Thank you for visiting our poster. In this study, we used a technique combining transcranial magnetic stimulation and electroencephalography called TMS-EEG to assess the effects of theta burst stimulation on cortical reactivity. Here we use TMS-Evoked potentials, TEPs, to assess the effects on cortical reactivity of continuous theta burst, CTBS, and intermittent theta burst, ITBS, applied over the DOPFC. 24 participants were assessed at 3 different sessions with either ITBS, CTBS, or sham using a double-blinded crossover design. We examined cortical changes by analyzing TEP waveforms at baseline and 2, 15, and 30 minutes post-stimulation. TEP components were analyzed in a predefined region of interest over the left DLPFC, encompassing F1, F3, FC1, FC3 electrodes, and also explored across all electrodes of the scalp. In the predefined region of interest, the induced relative changes from baseline in TEP amplitudes between conditions did not meet the 0.05 threshold in any of the experimental time points. Likewise, within each simulation condition over time, no changes in TEP amplitudes between pre- and post-simulation time points were significantly different. At T15, the effect size for the difference between ITBS and sham in the amplitude of the N100 component was Cohen's d minus 0.5. This difference were more pronounced for ITBS relatively to CTBS, with Cohen's d equals minus 0.76. However, neither of these findings crossed our 0.05 significance threshold. In the global scalp analysis, permutation tests showed a significant positive cluster within the CTBS condition across time in the N100 component. These differences in N100 amplitudes happen at T15 and T30 with post-CTBS amplitudes less negative than pre and were more pronounced over frontal-central and central sensors. The direction of ITBS modulation of the N100, more negative post-ITBS, was similar to previous finding and may indicate an excitatory effect of this type of stimulation. We found an effect size that was weaker than previous studies, and therefore we were underpowered to detect differences. Global scalp analysis of the after effects of CTBS indicated an attenuation in frontal central and central N100 at T15 and T30 compared to pre-CTBS blocks. So given high inter-individual heterogeneity in response to TBS, larger datasets and meta-analytical studies are needed to accurately assess their effects on cortical reactivity. Thank you.